I guess one of the things to be aware of too is that like all school boards are going to have their natural ebbs and flows with the amount of engagement that's happening, and I think what often happens is, for example, when we were developing our school values, that's a project that probably took 2.5, 3 years. Now, when we completed that, there's almost that sense of, well, what next? And some people probably thought, well, what's our purpose after this? So occasionally you're going to get to that point where you've got to stop and think, what's the next extension of this work that we're doing? And you may have, a flat spot for 6 months where people are still trying to rethink. Doesn't mean we're not meeting or gathering or talking, but that's often the time when some people say, well, maybe I've made my contribution now and it's time for someone else to come in. And often then that's the generative part for the next experience, because we found here we sort of ran quite naturally for about the first maybe 4 or 5 years, and then we definitely hit a spot where we needed to have a bit of renewal. And for that, I think that was when a few people said, right, my children are finished here now, it's time I finished up. We probably had 3 or 4 or 5 vacancies in one hit, which in one way was great because we could then go and tap a few people on the shoulder, run a really good formation process, bring some new people in who are really enthusiastic about being invited to be part of that, and I think the whole thing just kicked off again. And I think that's quite normal. I think you are going to have to spend time building the trust in the group. You're going to get a lot of things done, and then you're going to have this natural time where people think, look, I've done my bit, it's time for me to lead this group, and you need to bring new people in. But it's the bringing the new people in that actually generates the next work that you want to do. I don't think people should be frightened of that. I think if you do have a period of a few months where not much is happening, that's also good because it just gives you time to step back and think, all right, we've done some really good things here. And I think people are often surprised when they look backwards and say, what have we actually achieved? We did one of those exercises at a board weekend. What have we done since we gathered? And people just brainstormed the things they've been doing, and they were quite shocked at how much they actually had done. So often people will discount the work, thinking that they're not doing much, not realising how they're contributing to a set of values or a set of ideas or an understanding about how the school works. So I think that's okay.